And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. Always a busy day, of course, with a couple of shows today and two more tomorrow before we take the weekend off. And, of course, next week, another full slate of shows. We posted them today at the sportsguyspodcast.com and out there too, KKTC True Country 99.9, our syndicated station, and HighTideCountry.net, presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey, the CadenGordonShow.com, today's best country mix, and, of course, our friends over there too at Jewelry by Tommy. Pleased to welcome in a gentleman I've always had respect for in the music industry because he busts his ass every time he gets a chance to put out some new songs. Canaan Cox to the broadcast. What's up, man?
What is up? So we can cuss on here?
You know
We
what?
can say
Hey,
ass?
I guess
We
you
can say
can.
ass?
I've
Okay.
heard more. Hey, I was listening to sports radio talk this morning, and I've
Yeah.
heard words that come out, and you're like, wow, that can happen? So
Gotcha. All right. Well, I am excited to be back, my man.
Good to have you, brother. Well, hey, let's talk about what's been going on because we'll get to a new one coming out March the 1st. It just so happens we're going to be in Nashville for Country Radio Seminar too. But, man, for the listeners out there in New Mexico, Colorado, we just started the broadcast there a couple of months ago. They may not know Canaan Cox, the artist. Many do, maybe some don't.
Yeah.
Kind of tell us a little bit about your background and kind of what got you going, that connection to music from a young age.
Yeah. I mean, I'm originally from Hendersonville, North Carolina. If you don't know where that is, don't feel bad. It's a little small town. It's just south of Asheville, North Carolina. So up in the western and up in the mountains there. But yeah, man, I grew up surrounded by music. Mom actually still plays in a band, just like a local band around town. And dad still kind of writes every once in a while. And so I kind of just grew up around it, playing. My grandma played in church. So I always sit beside her playing the keys. So I think I just grew up surrounded by music. I've got a big family, got like 7 sisters and a brother.
Wow.
And so I had a lot of influences, like people like, oh, what were you influenced by? And stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I grew up with such a wide variety of people listening to different things. Dad loved Conway Twitty. Mom was listening to Skinner. I had my oldest sister was a big like Smashing Pumpkins and like, that kind of stuff. My brother loved Metallica and, those kind of things. But I kind of fell in love with this more. I mean, I loved all the pop stuff, the old school, like Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder. I still love all of those kind of, those albums. But yeah, and as we progressed, through college and high school and just doing music, kind of formed my own writing style and my own brand, I guess you would say. I mean, if you're listening to it, it's not necessarily, I wouldn't say your standard country music, but it's definitely not your pop music either. It's just kind of a blend of what's going on. And I call it modern country. And give a lot of credit to my family and such, having grown up with such different influences. But yeah, been in Nashville since 2016, just kind of finding my way. The short version is 2017 did a radio tour. The secondary radio pushing it, and it did really well. Got me out a serving job. Got the band together in 2018. A lot of cover gigs. 2019, things started to shine. People started to notice. Got in with some agencies. Had some opening slots. Had some festivals booked. Then 2020 came around, and I mean, I try to tread lightly when I talk about 2020 because some people, had it really horribly. Obviously it sucked and got set back a ways with some of the things, but it opened up huge doors for me. Not just actual career doors, but just mentally, just what I wanted to do and certain things like that. Got me on a good direction. I went back to serving, during COVID and actually had a run-in with Bobby Bones, who had me on his show and gave me a chance, and I got to sing on that show. And then I never worked another day at Del Frisco's. I just kind of, some people noticed, saw the hard work, kind of gave me a shot. And since then, for the last 2-3 years, it's just been a lot of grind, learning a little bit more about how to strategize the business and the music side of it. And we got an album and an EP in the past 2 years, and we got more projects on the way.
How tough is that too? And people will probably ask you that before, to wait for that break, to get that break, because they call this the music business for that reason. And it takes you on all these different detours and trials and tribulations, things like that. Maybe the fans sometimes don't see the things that go on behind the scenes, but how tough is that to wait for like the break?
It's hard to even like say what the break is. Cause I mean, I felt like I'd been working pretty hard before that, and then obviously the beautiful part of COVID was the FOMO didn't exist, the race of the hard work. Like, you didn't need to be, no one was doing anything. So you just like, I went back to serving. I was like, okay, cool. So it's a hard question to answer just because, I'm super grateful for that moment. But even then it felt like that was the beginning of the next level. Like it wasn't like the doors open and all of a sudden everything was there. It just was like, hey, cool, we see you, let's connect here. And then it was just all new lessons to be learned at this level now. You know what I mean? I don't know. So it wasn't like, boom, he gave me a shot and great, the road is paved, because I definitely had to go and get a lot of work done. After that door had opened, it was almost like, cool, we see you, now prove yourself. And so that's what we've been doing. And it's kind of a beautiful thing. I mean, to be honest, we've passed on 3 label deals in the last year, which I think is a beautiful place to be as an independent artist. So it's definitely, to answer your question, I think it's definitely hard to wait for it, but to be prepared for it. Because had I slid my name and Instagram handle to Bobby Bones just nonchalantly and hadn't been busting my ass for 4 or 5 years, and to go and look at my Instagram and look at my, oh, he actually is an artist, whatever.
Yeah.
He might, whatever, some kid serving my fish, like whatever. And so, I mean, what is it like? If you're always ready, you don't have to. What is it? The prepared, ready slogan. Like, you ain't got to get ready if you're always prepared.
Something like that too. That's the old sports analogy too. Yeah. Or I stay ready. I don't have to get prepared. I stay ready. Something like that with the
that was that
sports slogan out there too. Hey, before we have you play one here on the show, I got to talk about this one because I loved it too. And I love the blend of your sound. Like, I saw something back into you when I was actually first found out about you in that 2015, 2016 kind of era too, because I've been following you for a long time too and loved your music too. And I really felt like you had a great Texas sound down here where I'm at. And Texas fans would just gravitate to that Canaan Cox sound. This new one out there, or at least new to some fans, Don't Want to Fall Asleep. Let's get a little backstory of that one.
Yeah, so that one just dropped like 3 weeks ago, and Don't Want to Wake Up actually comes out tonight.
How about that?
Yeah. So, but Don't Want to Fall Asleep. I mean, my wife and I, we're recently married. I mean, we're going on 2 years. But long story short, we dated, we reconnected 3 years later. We broke up and then went apart for 3 years, and then we reconnected. But in that time, it was one of those, like, if you know, like, we were young. So, I mean, I dated her, but even when we were apart, I was waking up with, literally in tears, because I would see her in my dreams and wake up and realize, oh man, she doesn't want anything to do with me. But I broke it off. I was the one. I mean, I'm not going to get into my whole relationship story.
Yeah.
But,
you're good.
And but I just always knew, like, she was the one that got away. And then after we reconnected, it seemed that I was the same for her. And I had that idea. I was like, man, I don't want to go to sleep. Like, I don't want to do this again. Like, if you're going to be in my dreams, I don't want to wake up feeling like butt, you not in my life. And so we had that, but it's kind of more, we take that emotion and kind of put it more, we played a lot with the words of like the haunting and nightmares, and you can see that in the music video as well. But yeah, we really played with this concept of something that's kind of sad, but made it such a bop, which is kind of my favorite thing to do, is to take such a like vulnerable concept, but you're like windows down, cranking it up to 12, and you're screaming it, but it's like, I hate my life. So that's kind of how that one came about.
I love that one too as well.
Fall asleep.
That's it, man. Don't Want to Fall Asleep. The new one comes out tonight too as well at midnight, right?
Don't Want to Wake Up. That one was
Wake Up.
It was, because I had Don't Want to Fall Asleep ready, and then I get pitched some songs sometimes from publishers, just like, hey, I've been writing with guys for 2-3 years now, and so they kind of know my sound and what I'm about, and so they'll be like, hey, we got, here's a folder of 15 songs that we think could be cool for you. Listen to them. And then I saw the Don't Want to Wake Up. I was like, that's funny. And so I listened to it. It's the complete opposite. It's like, man, what a dream this is. Like, you're perfect. I'm so in love with you. I don't want to wake up from this dream. And so I was like, I listened to it, and not only from the title, but I also really enjoyed the song, and it paints the picture. I was actually with my wife when I was listening to the songs, and I was like, oh my God, listen to this song. I had my headphones and we were at a thing for my son. I was like, put these headphones in and listen. And she was like, yeah, this is pretty much our story. Like, if we loved each other once, we loved each other twice. And I was like, yeah, I have to cut this one. So I didn't write that one, but I just thought, I was like, we can do that and that. And the music video, we shot both videos in the same day. The Don't Want to Fall Asleep, at the end of the video, you'll see me wake up. And that is the beginning of Don't Want to Wake Up music video. So if you watch them together, it's like, oh, he has a nightmare, and then he wakes up, and then it's this beautiful thing. So
I love that. I love it. Yeah. What a coincidence. I don't want to fall asleep, don't want to wake up.
It's ironic. Like, I have to cut it. Even if the song sucks, it doesn't. But I was like, it's amazing.
I love it. It's a coincidence. Those things happen too as well too. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll come back. We'll take a little break here. Let you grab that guitar and, of course, come back with some performances here on the show. Canaan Cox on the Backstage Pass presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. And, of course, out there, the CadenGordonShow.com, today's best country mix. Great podcast out of Boston, Massachusetts. But, Canaan, hey, coming up, we got to take care of our sweethearts, right? Valentine's Day is a big day out there. So for V-Day, perfect gift, spouse, friend, family member, jewelry by Tommy's got you covered. Email burleysystem@yahoo.com today to order handcrafted, handmade jewelry, and you can never go wrong with jewelry given to a lady, correct? That's the best thing out there.
Indeed. Look at the right jewelry, That's the right time.
Quick timeout, more with Canaan Cox. It is the Backstage Pass. Stay tuned.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And, of course, coming up here tomorrow, 50 years in music and a Grammy Award winner, Melissa Manchester, here on the Backstage Pass. My goodness, she's been doing it for a long time. And Grammy Award winner is all you need to say. That's it. Back here with Canaan Cox on the program here, the Backstage Pass. Brother, what are we going to hear?
I'm going to play a fun, uppity song. This one's called, it's an acronym, JOY, but it stands for Joke's on You.
Joke's on You. All
Joke's on you, man.
It's all yours.
I bet when you left, you expected for me to turn around and chase you. For me to be a mess, be upset, send a text saying that I hate you. You thought I would come back running. You wanted me to beg and plead. I bet when you left, wouldn't guess that I'm okay being lonely. The joke's on you. It's safe to say that I'm doing fine without you. I know everything gonna be alright, so by all means find someone else. Ain't no stress feeling myself. Do whatever single people do. The joke's on you. Yeah, the joke's on you. Now you wanna talk, take a shot, say you've been thinking about it. You made a mistake, it's too late and you can't do nothing about it. You thought I would come back running. You're probably thinking you're the queen. I bet when you left, wouldn't guess you're the one who would end up lonely. The joke's on you. It seems to say that I'm doing fine without you. I know everything gonna be alright. So by all means find someone else. Ain't no stress feeling myself. Do whatever single people do. Just on you. Yeah, the joke's on you. You thought I would come back running. You thought I would come back running. The joke's on you. It's safe to say that I'm doing fine without you. I know everything gonna be alright. So by all means find someone else. Ain't no stress feeling myself. Do whatever single people do. The joke's on you. Yeah, the joke's on you.
I love this guy's music. I've been saying it for years and years, man. Superstar in the making. Canaan Cox here on the Backstage Pass. Can't wait to see you, my friend. Hopefully March 1st there at the Wild Beaver Saloon. Just walk on in. We'll take over the party. God knows what will be going on there, too. It's going to be a big party. Yeah. March 1st, join us there, too, at the Wild Beaver Saloon, broadcasting live during Country Radio Seminar Week. And, of course, the 28th and 29th, the Doghouse right there on Demumbrian. Excited about that, too, broadcasting live out there in conjunction with MC1 Nashville. So just come crash the party. We want you there.
I can do that. Do that.
Who knows who's going to walk through that particular door, too. Hey, I want to go back to one even a couple of years ago. Hard to believe we're saying 2024 to 2022. It's crazy. One called Wish. I want to get the backstory on that one.
Yeah. There's a little bit of mix of all of, it's a mix of a couple of things. I have a degree in musical theater. That's my BFA. That's why I edit and produce all my videos. Even the music video for Wish specifically it's a throwback to a West Side Story. It's very me and my wife are dancing in it, and it looks like a Disney movie kind of vibe. That being said, I am working on I haven't worked on it in quite a while, but I had this idea for a Disney type, like Pixar vibe movie. And I know Disney just came out with a movie called Wish, and don't even get me started on how much I really wish that I could have just been in the credits or have nothing to do with it. But I'm literally working on, I have I don't know, 15, 20 pages of a screenplay of this movie idea about making wishes, about how, just this thing. I won't get into it because I don't want to steal the idea. But then me and my new producer that I started working with, pretty much from Break It until all of my stuff, we wanted to write together. And after we had chatted and done a couple tunes, he was like, man, let's write the most Canaan Cox song. Have fun. Don't think about anything else. Let's just make it a fun, kind of a theatrical bop kind of thing. And that's what came out. And I was spitting out the ideas. I was talking about the movie, and I was like, everything you make a wish on, every 11, penny in a wishing well. And this was in a text. And when I came in, he had kind of came up with the production of an idea, just the track for it. And he was like, man, in your text, I was like, I took this and I literally thought this would be a cool idea for the words. Every 11, shooting star, you're kind of just chanting it, everything you would make a wish on. And so it molded itself into the song from a little bit of, him taking what I had told him about it, but then he literally just from a text message was like, this is the lyrics, this is the chorus. It wasn't even meaning to be lyrics. I just was all the things that you make a wish on. We had dandelions in there, things, other stuff. The first line ain't my birthday, but every day feels like it is because you make a wish on the birthday candles. So that's what it sparked from the movie idea. The movie idea I have is called Close My Eyes or Close Your Eyes, because every time you make a wish, you're supposed to close your eyes. But anyways, that's where it came from. It came from a Disney movie idea that I have sitting on my hard drive right now. So that's all you're getting for the ideas. I don't even feel it. Well, I used to work on cruise ships as well. The new Disney ship is called The Wish. And I was like, somebody get on the phone and call somebody, get this song, sync licensing, put it in an Instagram post, get it playing around the ship, do something.
Love that too. Coincidence. The titles just find you out there too, especially after you've released a song or if something gets pitched to you. Hey, I enjoyed listening to End Up in a Song, one of my favorite EPs out there too, that was just fantastic. May 5th, 2023. Hard to believe I remember the day when it came out too. I put it on my calendar. Some things just eidetic memory just sticks with me too. But I love Twice, which was really cool on there too, because you got to feature a great artist. I believe, was that Shaylin? I believe at the same time, Shaylin was on that one too. And then Hate Me More was a great way to set the tone for that EP. Kind of give us an update on, I'm sure even today you guys put that stuff in your shows, right?
Yes. You said in my show?
Yeah, like a live show or something, or a request to listen to those songs, especially Twice.
Yeah, Hate Me More is my favorite song to perform live. And that was the thing, is like you go on the road, because we released it and then we went on a little bit of a tour, nothing too crazy. We went on the UK tour. And so that was a little bit more of a handful of shows. And then at the end of the year, they were more sporadic. But I hadn't played too many shows with the new music. And so it was interesting to see what was connecting. And Hate Me More was just, you could just, the whole place is like, just screaming it back at you. And I was like, man, yeah, this is really fun. So that one, Twice, also is one of the only songs that I also didn't write. It was pitched to me. And so heard that one, loved it. And I think, Mackenzie Porter actually is on a co-write on that one.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, Mackenzie Porter, Kelly Archer, Josh Jenkins, a lot of that Smack family over there. Josh Jenkins has a lot of credits on his name. So yeah, when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is not only a great song, but these people, it was really good. And then I posted, I felt the need, because it came from, I messaged Mackenzie when it came through. I was like, hey, got your song. I was like, love this thing. Obviously she's really busy. I was hoping she would take the feature on it. She's working on her own album and all those kind of things. Sure. And that's a little above my pay grade. But she was super great about it. She loved it and listened to it. And, when it came out, she shared it and everything like that. But I just posted on like TikTok and Instagram. I was like, hey, I want to do a feature, like you guys tag a female artist. And I had heard of Shaylin via some other friends and some other things. And you hear everyone's name just kind of in the music sphere. So yeah, I literally just like sent her a DM. I was like, hey, here's the song. What do you think? And she's like, yeah, sure. And then I think she was on like vacation or something. And then we needed it turned in pretty quickly because we weren't like planning on doing the duet thing. But then we were like, let's try it. And then it happened. And she like landed, got an Uber from the airport to my producer's house and just laid down a vocal. I was like, cool. And then I was like, hey, I'm going to shoot a music video for this. Would you, it's not going to make any sense if you're not in it. So will you be in it? And yeah, so she's super cool.
Awesome. Mackenzie, always busy out there too as well. Had a chance to have her on the show and talk to her. She's one of the most talented females in the industry right now too as well. Got to take a timeout. We got one more performance too. I do want to ask you about one of my favorite ones, 94 Accord, which I'm sure has got a great backstory to that one too, off that same EP, End Up in a Song too. We'll do a timeout here. Guitar ready performance coming back from this too. And I've got to get a Super Bowl, or I shouldn't say that, whatever, big game prediction, same thing out there too, because they kind of frown when you're using the big SB word out there too. Number 58 coming up this weekend too. We'll get a prediction there from Canaan Cox here. But of course, guys, don't screw up Valentine's Day. It's coming up here the 14th next week. If you're looking for the perfect gift for your spouse, friend, family member, Jewelry by Tommy has got you covered. Email burleysystem@yahoo.com today to order. BUEHRLE system@yahoo.com. Quick timeout from our friends Bangtail Whiskey. Stay tuned.
The Canaan Gordon Show is a 2-hour show playing the best in country music. So check it out at thecanangordonshow.com. Again, that is thecanangordonshow.com.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here with Canaan Cox on the Backstage Pass. Coming up here in a little bit, Emily Blackbird on the show. Of course, Texas Two-Step today on the show, presented by Bangtail Whiskey and our friends over at the CadenGordonShow.com. Today's best country mix and, of course, jewelry by Tommy. Countdown to CRS is on the week of the 28th through March 1st. The schedule's almost full, too, at the Omni, no doubt about it. And definitely tune in. KKTC Facebook page, True Country out there, too. And our friends at HighTideCountry.net and the Sports Guys Podcast.com. It'll be live on there too as well. And of course, KKTC True Country 99.9. Back here with Canaan Cox, my friend. What are we going to hear?
This is one of my favorites when it comes to you.
Here we go.
Thought I was seeing things when the picture popped up on my phone. I was stomping a while since I've seen that area code. I let it ring a couple times, not sure whether to accept or decline. And then there you were on the other line. And I was like, hey, hello, how are you? Been alright? I'm fine. Get me too used to that guy. No, he ain't in my life. Here it comes again, the way it felt back then. Wasn't strong enough to resist your love and lay you in. Thought I was through, but when it comes to you, oh, I can't help myself. Whoa, oh, oh. No, I can't help myself. I was through, but when it comes to you, maybe I was wrong and I thought I should pick it up. But I couldn't resist even though I thought I had enough of your memories. You invaded my dreams, but here we are, over an hour on this call. We didn't skip a beat, back to you and me like nothing ever happened at all. And here it comes again. It felt back then, wasn't strong enough to resist your love and lay you in. Thought I was through, but when it comes to you, no, I can't help myself. Whoa, oh, oh. No, I can't help myself. I was through when it comes to you. Here it comes again, the way it felt back then. Wasn't strong enough to resist your love and lay you in. Thought I was through when it comes to you. I can't help myself. Thought I was through when it comes to you. I can't help myself.
Love it. Canaan Cox, the Backstage Pass. Love the music out there too, my friend. Love it. Cannot wait to connect. We get there. Week of Country Radio Seminar 2024. Of course, the Omni and out there too. Doghouse, Wednesday, Thursday night, 5:30 to 10:30. We'll get started a little bit early. And of course, Friday, March 1st, Wild Beaver Saloon out there too as well on Demumbrian too. And of course, Wild Beaver on Commerce Friday, March 1st from 5:30 to 10:30. The Doghouse on Demumbrian out there too. All right. So I love this because I got to follow this yesterday. You've got this baseball bat in your hand. You're up at the plate. You're like taking a swing. This comes out the day of the live remote. We're going to be at the Wild Beaver Saloon over on Commerce. Windy Peppercorn. Let's talk about this song because what a great cover. If this is
Yeah, man.
I love it.
It's the thing. It's like if you know the name, it's awesome. If you don't know, obviously it's from The Sandlot.
Yes,
And
correct.
So far, everyone that I've mentioned it to at least is like, oh yeah, that. But the true fans, I think it's so cool. And I've had it in my phone. I have just like song ideas after song ideas. Some have words, some are just like the chorus or like, oh, this would be a cool thing. And I've brought it up at a few rights, but I know that's like one of those songs that like someone else in the room has to be just love with it. Because I mean, it's just a nostalgic movie for me. We grew up watching it. I never like played baseball, but I still just enjoyed the nostalgia of growing up and all the things. And now George, my 5-year-old, like I've been going and buying all the old movies like on Apple TV, like all the old ones that I and then seeing if he loves them. And so far we're like 5 for 5, Page Master, Sandlot, whatever we just buy. So like We're Back, the dinosaur movie. That anyways. So we're watching that and he's been in love with it. And so I brought up this and it's co-written with Eric RJs, who also co-wrote actually this same trio. Me, Scott Stepikoff, and Eric RJs wrote Hate Me More as well. And then we wrote Wendy, but I mentioned as soon as I said Wendy Peppercorn, Eric turned around and he was like, yes, that's what we're writing today. And I was like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. We're waiting for someone to turn in their chair and just be as excited as I am about writing this song. And so the song's called Wendy Peppercorn, but we never ever mentioned her name. We never mentioned anything from the Sandlot as far as like names go. That's what we kind of loved about it, is the fact that it could have been called something else and the song is completely the same. But if you understand the Sandlot, there's a lot of just imagery that we've drawn in with the words. And I mean, I think the whole first verse is staring up at you out in the deep end, like Squints is in the deep end, trying to get her attention. It just comes from that idea of I would do anything, literally jump off the edge to get you to notice how much I would like just love you forever. We have that. That's in the pre-chorus 4, and in the you'll hear it when the song comes out. I was like, we got to do one of them. We got to have a forever that's like 4, and there's right before the last chorus, it'll pan from left to right ear. It was like, I could love you forever, I could love you forever. And then right before the chorus comes, it goes forever. And the chorus comes in. So there's just a lot of baseball terminology there that it was very fun but creative that day. I think You're Killing Me, obviously Killing Me Smalls is in there. Says that she's 10 out of 10 from a movie screen. And I mean, again, small details, but we were trying to really paint some of the pictures, and like he runs through that movie screen in the movies. And then in the first verse, we talk about like your fireworks in the July sky or whatever, in the summer sky, and they have the hole when he knocks the baseball on all that kind of stuff. So if you watch the movie and you're a fan, you listen to it, you'll love it. But also, if you don't know anything about the Sandlot, you still can listen to it and be like, what a new song about doing it. We had a lot of fun too, just with even the promo stuff, the stuff you saw, the TikTok, Instagram content. I went out to Goodwill and just found any horizontal line shirt and got a bat and I got a pair of glasses and went out there and just gave it my best. So
it looks good, man. I can't wait. Wendy Peppercorn coming out March the 1st, the day we're in Nashville, and I can't wait to talk to you about it too and hear it on that same day. We come to Nashville for a country radio seminar. Hey, I got to ask you before I jump into a little rapid fire, the one I was talking about, 94 Accord, which is on the End Up in a Song EP. What was the backstory of that one?
That one, I mean, like the title, it's kind of nostalgic. For me, I felt like there was a time, I just felt like growing up, everyone had a Honda Accord. For me, again, I can't tell you whose car had what, but I definitely remember my stepmom. She had a Honda Accord. One of my sisters at the time had a Honda Accord, and I don't know, it was this vibe. And again, Eric RJ's on that co-write as well. He's really like Eric. And so I told him just a little bit about just growing up. I mean, I remember, football practice, and we'd go, and it wasn't necessarily about my stepmom, but I just they're split up now, but there was that I just like 8th grade was really fun, getting picked up from school and, driving around. I mean, not just 8th grade, but like 8th to 10th grade and getting picked up, and we always went to Sonic afterwards. After practice, we would go to Sonic, and I'd get a cherry limeade with the cheddar peppers. Oh man,
Yeah, those are
that's
good.
what I
Yeah.
would get. But also we threw in the cheer wine in there, and cheer wine is a North Carolina thing. And so that was a nice little, nudge to the hometown crowd. And so we're just like nostalgic. We just kind of had a good day talking about what it felt back, like then. It's like we got so many things going on in our lives. It's like I'd do anything to have that feeling again, of there wasn't any worries or, it's nothing new. We hear songs about, I miss back when kind of vibes, but it was a different approach to the song. It's just like, man, didn't feel good when we were just driving and we had nothing else on our minds. And I do anything to just go back and be in that 94 Accord, So
yeah, I relate to that one too because I had the 89 Accord, which is a little bit older
yeah,
than the 94. So
Accord so it was. I think hers was a little bit more than 94 Accord, but it felt better.
Yeah,
it felt better. It felt better as a ride 94 Accord. So.
I love it, man. It's great. It's just great titles for these songs that don't want to fall asleep. It's out there across all the streaming platforms that don't want to wake up. Actually comes out tonight at midnight, February 9th. Tomorrow, too. Can't wait to hear that one, too, as well. The version out there from Canaan Cox. All right, let's get the prediction in this little rapid-fire thing. Super Bowl, look, I'm a Cardinal fan, Arizona Cardinals, same division, so kind of don't want to see San Francisco. Then I don't want to see Kansas City because of the dynasty, but Mahomes is a Texas quarterback where I'm from, so I'm kind of like, just give me a good game, right?
Yep. I'm thinking Kansas City wins by a field goal.
Could see it too, no doubt, because of the fact of this dynasty. I mean, I Houston Astros fan down here too, 7 straight ALCS appearances and 2 titles and been to 4 World Series. So, my buddies were talking about it this morning on Sports Talk Radio. So it's cool. I guess if Kansas City wins a 3rd one,
Yeah, I don't have any dogs in the race at all. I mean, I'm from North Carolina, so there's a soft spot in my heart for the Panthers. However, I've been here for 6 years, so the Titans have been, Titans have been, a soft spot for me as well. But so, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of friends that I have who are Kansas City fans. So go Chiefs for them, for their sake. I'm actually going to their house on Sunday. So for the love of God, I hope they win.
I'm keeping it low this weekend too, like burgers, grill something, party in my own house, and just
we have like $75 worth of like dip in our fridge. Just Publix had a buy one get one, and so we were like, cool,
I love it.
Sauces, woks, some queso.
We're ready. You gave me a great idea. I got to go pick up a dip sponsor. What I need to do is
give me a Sabra, whatever the hummus one.
The hummus one, yeah. Because it's so good, man. The Daisy one out there too. If you had I say Daisy dip. It's like a ranch or something they put out there, or another one. But holy crap! I mean, they've known from sour cream for years. But man, this Daisy dip, dude, is like addicting when it comes to chips and dip too as well. Oh man. Hey, what's give me a favorite spot, no matter what food, to eat in Nashville? What do you like to go out to eat?
I love the 12 South Tap Room.
Okay.
I'm not like a crazy drinker. Like I enjoy, again, like a craft beer. I mean, you'll see I've got Scotch here and we got Scotch here. I enjoy sipping,
yes,
rather than a big amount of non-good things. This one here, the 17-year one, I haven't even opened it yet, but they discontinued.
Wow. Ooh, man, that's good stuff.
Yeah, last time I looked in Edinburgh, it was like almost $1 bazillion. Anyways, so yeah. The reason I say all that is because I enjoy the craft beer part of 12 South Tap Room. So they have all a bunch of rotating taps. But the food is really good. It's a little smorgasbord of things. They have like really good sandwiches and burgers, but then they also have like the quesadilla there is on fire. And plus I just love 12 South. If you've never been to Nashville, it's a little bit more non-downtown, but it's just a little bit more boutique-y. You can actually like park for free and just walk along 12 South. They've got like $5 bakery over there. 12 South Tap Room. They've got a bunch of other, I think Frothy Monkey. There's like 4 coffee shops literally right beside each other. So that's one of my favorite spots.
Looking forward to going there. I got to make a list.
I'm taking like 18 minutes to answer one.
You're good, man.
12 South Tap Room.
South Tap Room. We'll check that out. Put that on my list of restaurants I'm collecting now of where to go. Of course, I got to do the Prince's Hot Chicken, the original, the OG, or should I go more of the Hattie B's? Like, get them both. Get them both, right? Just
get them both. But I'm also like, every time I see it, there's like a line out the wazoo, and I'm like, no chicken is that good.
there's no.
Come to my house, I'll throw some in the air fryer, and
it'll come out better. Right?
It'll probably be good and cheap, and in 8 minutes you'll have it.
Oh man, I love it, dude. I love it. Oh man, dude, I cannot wait to see you in Nashville. We're there for CRS. I hope you come out to the remote. Just go have fun doing this show. Got me tears. I'm like laughing. It's just fun. That's what radio is all about out there too. So again, don't want to fall asleep out there current across all those streaming platforms. Don't want to wake up tonight. A coincidence.
Sorry, but to interrupt your awesome spiel there. Where have you been sitting? Because I'm going on tour.
You're going on tour. So I'm actually out in New Mexico and Colorado, a station called KKTC True Country.
Well, how close are you to Denver?
I'm actually in Texas, but I usually go out there sometimes on business for things. We're syndicated out there.
People listening.
Yeah, to Denver, it's probably, we're up into Pueblo when it comes to that too as well. It's a 100,000 watt station. So, I mean, people, and actually now via the LMNOC, that's the letters that owns it, the broadcast company. Okay. The streaming app, LMNOC, you can stream anytime in your car. And of course, I'm on 7 nights a week out there. So,
gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So you said that earlier, and I was like, I'm not touring in New Mexico, but I was like, but I've got shows coming up in Denver and Texas. I mean, we got Houston, Dallas, Houston, and Denver. Anyways.
Well, when you get down to Houston, guess what? I'm going to come out to a Canaan Cox show. How's that? We get to
May 7th.
Okay, so count me in. There you go. Right after 2 days after Cinco de Mayo.
I'll put you on the VIP list.
Yes, please do. Because I'm coming out there to do some show coverage. Looking forward to seeing you there too in a couple of weeks there in Nashville, the 28th to March 1st, of course. 2 nights at the Doghouse, the 28th and 29th, and of course March 1st, the Wild Beaver Saloon. Good spot for karaoke too. Come out and see us 5:30 to 10:30 all 3 nights, and of course Runaway June, T. Graham Brown, and a whole lot more. Camille Parker at the Omni Hotel. Coverage will begin probably about 9:45, 10 o'clock Central Time every day. You can catch it KKTC Facebook page, and of course out there the sportsguyspodcast.com. Brother, appreciate you being with us. Looking forward to seeing you here in a couple of weeks, and Godspeed going forward, and cannot wait for Don't Want to Wake Up coming out tomorrow.
Thank you, my man.
You got it. Canaan Cox, the one, the only here on the Backstage Pass. Again, thanks to our sponsors, and of course out there too as well. We're not done today. Back here in a flash, Emily Blackbird coming here on the Backstage Pass. Until then, take care. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.
See y'all.